Welcome to Beneath Kotatsu, episode 38. This time, once again, your hosts, An and James, are going to talk about the hit show Squid Game. Everybody's been watching that on Netflix, and it's actually been referenced on Saturday Night Live, too, surprisingly.
Okay, yeah, so the reason why I wanted to do an episode about, I was going to wait a little bit longer to do an episode about Squid
everybody
Game.
that wanted to see it saw it. I'm 100% sure everybody already saw it.
Well, I mean, since Saturday Night Live just went and spoiled the whole show,
yeah,
I'd be like, why not, right?
Dude, you got spoiled
so.
by Saturday Night Live too. It was like, you even asked me, is this the same set? Like, did they build this by hand just for the skit? I was like, that's the same set, dude. It's like,
yeah, okay, so basically, if you haven't seen Squid Games, Saturday Night Live, they did like a little skit comedy for it. And I don't recommend watching it if you don't want to get spoiled, because they literally spoil the whole show.
Everything except one thing.
What?
At the very end of the show.
They spoiled that too, right?
No. Just the red hair. That's it.
Oh, yeah, okay. They don't spoil it like that. I mean, we're gonna spoil the show for you if you're listening
for sure.
To us talk about it. But basically, I was wondering how they got the set so precise, and it's not because they're using the same set. It's because they're grabbing videos from the actual show and using that into.
Oh, is that what it was? They didn't go to the set or something, because NBC would probably have the pull to.
Rebuilt. I think they rebuilt like 2 sets from the show,
like what,
but
the
not
bunker. Not the bunker, the bed bunks.
They built the bed bunks, and then they built the stairway, whatever, the colorful stairway. And besides that, I think they were just basically using clips from the show, and that's why they look so similar.
But it looked like not green screened. It looked like they were there on set, to me at least.
No. Saturday Night Live have really, really good video.
They also have a lot of money to do the full skit with its own. Borrowing the set, because it would probably cost just as much money to get licensing rights to use video from it. Why not ask them if you can use the set?
I don't know how licensing rights work in like a comedy skit. Yeah. Maybe it could be like a fair use thing. That's my guess for it.
Maybe, who knows? That's true.
Yeah,
fair use with comedy is true.
Yeah. Okay, so let's actually start with the show. Your intro is like, oh, it's great for everybody, including kids. I do not recommend kids watch.
Not at all. No, because I forgot about some of the bathroom scenes, and that's definitely not. It's like those awkward scenes in Game of Thrones where people was like, oh, I watched this scene and my parents were next to me. It was kind of awkward.
Yeah, it was like so. It was so awkward.
Some Jaime Lannister and Cersei action happening.
So first thing right off the bat with Squid Games that I really, really want to say how good it is like the casting. Oh, they did such a great job of casting all these characters.
Almost.
What do you mean almost? What do you mean almost?
Almost a good job. American dudes?
Okay, we don't talk about the American dude. That was so.
Did you see ProZD made a skit about that? The best part of Squid Game.
I think they did a good job at casting the American dudes. It was just that the script was not made for American people.
No, I don't think so.
They
probably translated a little bit scuffed, to say the least.
Yeah, the American dudes, they were fine. It was just that it's, you have Korean people writing the American lines.
Yeah.
And it sounds so what would an American person say at this part? Dude,
they probably went on Reddit or hey guys, ask me anything. What would American rich men say if they were in a Illuminati type situation?
It felt like American type humor. 69.
Very good. So funny. And they weren't even laughing. Fake laugh.
Yeah, it was like a bunch of fake laugh and a bunch of fake people pretending to be rich.
They were, you know what it was? Stupid. That old clip, several clips of Japanese anime characters for where they portray Americans.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Like, can you imagine how Asian people feel when they see their ethnicity portrayed in American shows? Like, yeah, this is exactly how we draw them in our animes. Like, this is how they view us. This is how we view them.
Yeah, like the casting wasn't bad. It was just bad I would say like
probably
just translation or
crappy local actors too. Like
not
not
crappy localization or something like.
They should just have like Korean dudes,
fine.
but whatever.
Yeah. So for what was it? Like all the actors.
Yeah.
It felt too real to me. Oh my
Dude,
god.
Korean actors are among the best. Like their film industry, their drama, like TV, everything is so freaking good. Their music.
No, it's not that the actors. It was just like the roles were so real. Like
spot on casting, right?
Like the scripts, like the deadbeat, like when the main character was talking, I was like, God damn, he's so annoying. I want to punch him so bad.
Have you ever watched movies like Old Boy and stuff like that? All those old Korean movies, like the
no,
really
I haven't.
ones. They're very good. Like they got the deadbeat character on lock.
Like yeah, it just felt like I know I used to know a person kind of like the main character, right? Like
yeah,
when he was like a deadbeat, and like and then they're always looking for like money for the next hit or for the next gamble or whatever.
Yeah,
something like
I've seen
right?
it already. Like that same exact character in quite a few different Japanese and Korean TV shows. I was like, okay, with this type of dude,
like they did a good job at like just portraying like how much I hated him at the beginning of the show, and then you slowly eventually grow to like him, and that was great. I enjoyed that. And I just felt like the when they added on the what was the guy, like he wasn't Indian, he was
he's probably Indian or Pakistani. I think he's from Pakistan. I think he said specifically the dude with the missing finger, the mechanic.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh man,
what a great person to add into the show.
What a great actor, even.
Yeah,
like dude, American guy stepped it the fuck up.
Yeah,
dude, if those American dudes were speaking Korean, I guarantee you those scenes would have been so much better.
Oh, 100%. Like, just I knew it was gonna be cringy when the main bad guy was like, "Oh, this is the what did he call himself? The speaker or whatever?
The front man? You talking about the guy with the black mask?
Yeah, he was like, "This is the front man speaking," like in American.
That dude's voice was so good. What? It was so, dude, luxurious. I could feel the leather in his vocal cords. It was great.
I mean, he spoke better English, but I'm just like, why did they have to add like English into it? I mean, they could have just kept it all Korean. I would have been fine with that.
I know, but I guess it was a bunch of rich dudes funneling money into that, like hedge fund type managers, like Goldman Sachs types. Not that it was Goldman Sachs types, it's just, that type of organization of that. It's that giant.
This is the front man speaking. Oh god,
that's the best English in the whole show. It was awesome.
So for like just before like we actually get into like the games and stuff like that, right? Dude,
what?
When his mom was speaking to him about how he like when he learned that his kid was gonna move to America, right? Oh. And his mom's like, "No, you gotta fight for your right to keep her." And I was like, "Oh, this is like definitely what an Asian mom would say."
My mind went. But like, this is how different I am to that Asian lady. Mine was like, "You gotta fight for your right to party," like that old Beastie Boys song.
I was actually thinking of that when I was saying it.
Yeah, you were.
But that's the thing, is that like when she said that, like you have to fight to like we'll hire a
lawyer.
What do you call it?
I was like, a little too late for that. I was like, no way. There's no way he has enough time to do that.
I mean, he said he already signed the rights away.
Yeah,
and everything. But that's what I'm saying, is that like that like when the mom was saying that to him, I was like, damn, that's straight on what like an Asian mom would say. That's like so spot on.
I mean, she was Asian. They're all,
Yeah, like in my mind, I was like, just let her go. She's like, at this point, you're kind of too late to do anything else. And like, I just love how realistic it is to get like how he got into debt.
Yeah.
Or
dog
like,
races, was it?
Yeah, like, and keep in mind that operation was only $2,000.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah, it was $2,000.
That's nothing, dude. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, that's a lot for like when they have no money, especially when they're.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even over here, but over here, that's what we're accustomed to. Like, I thought it was a lot of money just because I don't know their currency. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
$1 trillion. Oh my god, or $100,000. That's a lot.
I think the money. You remember when he tipped the girl like 10,000 won?
Yeah, was that $100?
I think that's 100. It's either. Let me look that up real quick right now before I. It's $10.
Oh my god, are you serious?
It's $10. Yeah, I was about to say
so
like,
little. What the fuck?
yeah, it's so little money. I was like, and I remember I thought it was funny remember when he was asking like the gang leader that was trying to kill him like at the beginning because he wouldn't pay back his debt. He was asking for like 10,000. He was asking for $10.
So these are like basically homeless people. They just have a house.
Basically,
what the
like,
hell? That's
and
so
it doesn't
little.
help that he's gambling his family's money, like his mom's money away.
Yeah, he's
either.
addicted.
Yeah, he's addicted to gambling, and the worst part is that his mom knows that he's addicted to gambling.
Yeah,
she's just like
denial. But at the same time, like even if you go to Vegas, they have signs everywhere. If you have gambling addiction, please call the phone number or whatever. So it's definitely a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Like.
I mean,
you have the addiction. Those signs aren't gonna stop you from having. Like, they put signs all over cigarette boxes all the time. Yeah. You know, people see, stop smoking.
Well, thankfully for you and me, it's just re-rolling gotcha games that just come out.
Yeah,
I know the exact feeling. So I'm like, it's a good thing I'm only at this spot, not elsewhere.
Yeah, you got to know when to set limits. Basically,
It's a good thing I don't live in Japan. Those pachinko machines would get me because they make them all fancy and fun and all anime-y.
Man, you slap Evangelion onto a pachinko machine. I think you'd probably sit there for like several hours.
I'd buy a machine. It'd be cheaper to do that. Just buy it. It'd be cheaper.
All right, let's get into the main part of the show. It's like the games, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the first game they play was like a
red light, green light.
Yeah, basic red light, green light, and I'm gonna call some BS on that because it felt like more people should have died than what made it through to the second round.
Like, even if you got pushed, you would have gotten shot. So there was
Do you though?
Yeah.
Would you die if you got pushed?
There's only limited movement, like breathing and stuff like that. Because there's people moving.
What if you stood still and you got pushed over? Would
for sure. It's because it's a computer doing it. It's not people.
Yeah, I guess
computer
so.
It just notices the person. Like, if you're like the AI in cars, when the Tesla detects people, it just has like a square over them. Like the hitbox.
Even if you don't move,
it shows the hitbox.
Yeah, and like it felt like only like 50 people made it through, but it's like when they did the calculations on the second whatever, it said half the people made it through. I was like, I just wanted to call some BS on that.
Felt like it was too much, right?
Yeah, it was too much.
Too many survivors.
That's way more.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you had like right at the beginning, you had that huge stampede of people dying.
Felt like they had like 500 people there instead of whatever. Like
they had almost 500 people, right?
It was
like 417.
Right?
How much?
Was like 456?
I know it was like between 400 and 500. I know that.
The main character had the last number. That's all I know.
460 something. 467 or 465? 465, yeah. So 200 people made it through, which is way more than I thought made it through. So I thought that was fine. It was normal for me, I guess. What was the second game? Was that the cookie one?
No.
The sugar one?
How many games did they have? Like 4, 3?
I think 5 total. So for the sugar cookie one, dude, how much of a, like, that guy knew that they were gonna do that, and he chose to try and go, and then he was telling everyone to split up. I was like I think that's the one episode where you knew that the lawyer,
the brother, was an asshole.
Yeah, is that his brother?
Yeah. Or his best friend or something to that. It was
I
very
think it was
close.
best friend. I don't think they're brother. I think they're like.
It was probably
friends
like
or
a
something.
close friend.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, what a dick! And I was like, bro, like those shapes make no sense at all. Like, why is there an umbrella next to like these other shapes? Like, okay, triangle, square, star makes sense. Why is there an umbrella?
I think it's like a traditional.
Is that like
cookie
hard
thing.
mode?
No, it's. I think it's like an actual food there, because I saw articles like, what was it? What was the name of the cookie called?
I think it was just like a sugar cookie.
No, it was wax.
just-
It was beeswax.
No, it wasn't beeswax. It was sugar. He's literally licking it, and the do you remember?
Oh,
the
it
girl?
was probably like wax or honey. Because
It's
the
called
note?
honey. It's called honeycomb. It's called like a honeycomb cookie, but it's basically just a sugar wafer.
Oh, okay. That make yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because it was made out of just wax. Like, do you remember the girl who cut out the star with her little hidden lighter, and at the end she ate it?
Yeah. By the
You
way,
just stuffed it in
the tug of war was definitely before the cookie.
Was it?
Tug of
before-
war was episode 4. Cookie was episode 6, I believe.
Wait, so tug of war was next?
Yeah, looks like it.
How? That makes no. Well, let me.
Oh no, I'm wrong. Number 3 was Man with Umbrella was the cookie, and then
Okay, that's what
the very next episode was a tug of war.
That's what I thought.
Okay,
I was like,
yeah, I'm
I was
wrong.
like because
It's fresher in your
in the
mind for
cookie,
sure.
Yeah, because in the cookie episode, that none of them had made an alliance yet.
Yeah,
And I remember the reason why the tug of war was such a big deal was because of the girl, because she made the alliance with the guy, and the guy never fulfilled the alliance.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But with the cookie one, I was completely fine with that as a game. That was fine. And then after the cookie one, they had the secret game, the one where you get to kill each other at night.
It wasn't a official game, but it's just like they're also.
I would say that was an official game because they were setting it up to be an official game because they underfed them.
I thought it wasn't an official game because they didn't tell the characters, but it was actually part of the whole competition.
Yeah,
because they
part
were
of the
pitting
competition
them against each other with less food.
Yeah, and I want to say something about this game.
What?
Because people just don't straight up kill people. That was
These aren't
that
good
was
people.
No, they aren't good people, but you just don't straight up kill people. Like, even if you're put into a room, if you've never killed a person before, and even if you have, you just don't straight up kill other people. Like, psychology wise, you just like if you're in that type of situation, like you keep like if you just finished all these like death games, right?
Yeah.
And now you feel a bond with these people because they've gone through what you've gone through, right?
Well, that's was half of the characters that walled themselves behind the other things.
Well, that's the thing is, like, let's say you had a knife. You're one of the characters that had a knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you actually be able to kill someone? Just straight up, just be able would get up and just kill someone at the at night?
No, but those people yeah, obviously they would for all that money.
Like,
they're deadbeats. Yeah, why
like
not? Some of them are like gang members, and they're not good.
The
people.
one gang member guy, that was because he's a gang member.
Yeah, but then also you had the thief lady that was associated with him. Who knows what associations these characters had.
Well, that's the thing. I totally get it that a lot of these characters are bad people, right? But you had literally the whole room minus just like maybe that one group that were going at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like turned into zombies or something. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
Now that
it's
think
because
about
you just don't pick up a knife and start killing people out of nowhere.
If anything, they just like stand there and watch in shock, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But
yeah, but they just went all out and frenzied and just went out and killed each other. I was like, well, that makes no sense.
At the same time, like if you go to Walmart on Black Friday, you'll have people stampeding over other people and killing them. So I mean, I can see it if they're doing it for the money.
Yeah, but the Walmart thing is more of like an accidental thing. It's not like an on purpose
Yeah, you
thing.
trample. Like there's a complete disregard for human life.
But when you're locked in a room, and you
happens at concerts too, by the way. Like there's been instances where the singer stops everything and says like, security, get that person, they're not okay, etc.
But that's not the same thing as like literally, because only one person had a knife. The other people had to literally smash their face against the bedpost.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
Yeah. Like
I don't
but I
see
think
that
it was like a
normal person.
cascade of panic at that time. Like, oh shit, if I don't do anything, they're gonna come after me, type of situation. But I can agree with you that it was over the top. But everything about the show is
Over the top.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And I guess that this is the episode where like alliances start to form, and then we start seeing that the grandpas. Did you ever feel like the grandpa was ever more than he was expected before the end of the show?
Honestly, I should have known better. To be honest, no, I didn't. I just thought he was a useless old dude with, who's sick, maybe, or something to that extent. I didn't put too much thought into it. I just let myself be taken in by the moment each and every episode. I didn't try to, theory.
Try to
theory craft, how the game works, how the main characters are gonna come out at the end.
Okay, so actually, I had an inkling of something like that. It wasn't correct though. Like, so he was basically like the main bad guy at the end of the show, right?
Like Saw.
He's the one that he's the one that pretty much set up the whole thing.
Yeah.
But in my head, I actually thought the grandpa was like a winner of one of these previous games, and they re-invited him back as a character, and so he was trying to act dumb, but he's won maybe one of these or several of these before.
Yeah.
And that's why he's able to win so many of these back to back, because he knows all the tips and tricks or something like that. That's what I had in my head, especially coming in with the to the tug of
war.
The tug of war game. Like he knew, like, oh, if you do these types of stances.
Yeah, but even in a lot of anime, like in our school, we didn't do too much tug of war growing up, but in those Asian schools, like as far as Japan goes, like in all the animes, we always see them do tug of war, throwing the little beanbag into the basket. Obviously different culture altogether, but I could see them having the tug of war as well.
Yeah, I can see that, but like usually when we do tug of war, like I've done tug of war like maybe 3 times out of my whole life.
Yeah, but we're not like we Nintendo, like we don't physical or did.
No, it was physical tug of war.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. We were the athletic types that would football or baseball.
But I was just saying, like I did not like tug of war as a game.
It was pretty hype to me, like seeing them like do it in coordination, like
that part was cool, but I'm just saying I didn't like it as a game because it wasn't a game of skill.
It doesn't have to. They're all children's games.
No, they're all children's games, but
it was skill in the end. Like obviously you can brute force it, but they went through technique.
They went through technique, but I'm just saying, like, it just wasn't a game that it was one purely about like a person's skill. You need a little bit of luck with who's on your team, because let's say they didn't have the grandpa on the team and they didn't have that knowledge, right? Well, they'd be out of luck then, right?
Yeah, but it's a TV show. I don't think you had to critique that part about it. I know how you feel though. It's a red light, green light.
I wish it was a different game. Honestly, I wish it was a different game.
Okay, I see.
That's what I'm saying. Like tug of war just felt like a bad pick for a game.
It didn't fit the show as much as the other games did. But keep in mind, Squid Game's also physical, like the last one.
Yeah. It's almost like a baseball type-esque game.
Yeah,
or
it's
tag.
All physical.
Like I wish they would have added tag. That would have been a pretty fun one, right? Or hide and seek. That would have been a fun one too.
I mean, they could have easily done hide and seek, but I think Alice in Borderlands did that better, where they had people hiding from a gunman.
I mean, that's like the whole premise behind like the Scream movies and the...
Yeah, well, there's a lot of parallels with the movie Saw in this show. So
yeah,
that's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, I feel like that's what they're trying to go for, is that Saw type of
old man
as
did
well.
It. The kid is creepy. It's an evil spirit. The trope.
Yeah. I like the tug of war, the scenes with the tug of war, fine with it. I just didn't like the choice of the game.
Okay.
That's my takeaway. What was after tug of war?
Don't remember.
Marble one. I'm completely fine with that game.
That was great.
It
was a little bit annoying that he's just walking around and, the old man had the gall.
He knew what he was doing. Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Like, the old man accused the main character of being an asshole for treating him that way. But what else are you supposed to do when, obviously if he has dementia and he's not able to reason, what point is there in letting the old guy off? Like, just kind of deal with him.
I don't think he has dementia, dude.
He doesn't. He was pretending. He said he was.
Yeah, he was faking it the whole time. Yeah.
But he definitely has the tumor, though. That's legit.
Yeah, the tumor is legit. I think he was just faking that he was forgetting the whole time. And
yeah.
I think the reason why he wanted to win is because remember at the end of the show, he said he didn't have as much fun being a spectator as he was being a player.
Yeah, he just did it for the excitement, the asshole.
Yeah, he just wanted to have more excitement.
I'm
completely fine with that. Yeah.
It's like, let's play another game. If somebody helps that homeless guy right there before 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. And it was just like this foreign person. It wasn't even a Korean person.
Dude, how
fucking callous.
How much of a dick was the freaking banker guy? Oh my god, what a dick! I hate him
Are you
so
talking
much.
About when he contacted him after a year? It's like, why haven't you contacted us? Your money is just in a regular account. It could be accruing interest. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know that money's gonna be gone if they manage it for him.
Wait, what are you talking about? What?
Are you talking about the banker in the subway at the start of the show?
No. I'm talking about the player, the financial banker guy who in the marble game who was matched up with
the friend or the brother or whatever to the main character. Yeah, I think you're talking about the actual banker.
Well, that guy was more annoying, but I didn't hate him.
Okay.
Oh my god, I hated him so much after that. What a dick
I was
move!
Like, what a piece of shit. This is the bad guy. Like, he went full blown bad guy from that moment. It's like, it's a little over the top, but okay, whatever.
No, I knew he was the bad guy.
Like, he ramped it up as soon as he knew he could win.
What was it? I knew he was the bad guy during the cookie cutting game.
Obviously, yeah, that's when you get the inkling to sprinkle.
Yeah,
on the cookie.
Yeah, because he like when he put 2 and 2 together, he knew that they were gonna play that game, but he still told everyone to split up and choose different shapes.
I mean, I could understand it because he wants to win, right? But he also wants to know if there's another option of winning the game, because there's definitely multiple avenues to win these games.
But he knew, he connected
connected
that. Why do you think he chose the easiest shape? Because he knew.
Yep.
Yeah, he chose the triangle. Dude.
He didn't say anything because the other character might have let everybody know, pick the triangle, you're going to win.
Yeah. Also, real quick, besides the umbrella being the hardest shape, dude, the circle is hella hard too, huh?
Yeah. There's no hard edges. No hard edges.
Yeah, there's no hard edges to snap off of.
Not really. You have to nap it or something.
I'm surprised no one actually... I was expecting someone to pee on the cookie at the end.
You could have. It probably would have been faster, huh? You could have just melted it in the circle.
Yeah, instead of licking it. I can see that. Whatever it takes to win. Like, I like that there's minimal rules to these games as long as you get it done, right?
Yep.
I think they probably would have allowed the lighter if it wasn't like an illegal...
They snuck it in straight up.
Yeah, they snuck... Yeah.
That prison pocket.
So with the marble game, I was like, I it was fine to me as a game, but the thing is that it wasn't even a real game at all. It was just basically,
you just had to make a game between each other. Like, if you if you play marbles in the alleyway as a kid. Well, I never did that, but on TV they did.
Actually,
you used to play marbles. I just had a bunch of marbles. I never played with them. I was like, my collection grows.
When I was living in Asia, we used to play with marbles all the time.
Oh yeah, they had them at the dollar store all the time over here, but we never really cared about playing it. We just traded it.
Yeah, that's basically what you do. Like, even like there's games where you like. It's basically like currency. Marbles are like currency. Like when you're playing cards, like, oh, I'm gonna bet 4 marbles or something like that. It's basically currency. And marbles just feel nice as a currency. I don't know why.
They do.
We should go back to carrying bags of marbles as currency.
Bitcoin inside of marbles. The data's inside. You just scan it on the little machine at the takeout.
What was it? But I love that the bond between the two girls.
Oh, that was
and how
probably the peak of emotion in the show.
That's hard. I was gonna argue otherwise, but I think that was a really good scene. I really did enjoy that scene.
Definitely the best out of the whole show for me, I think.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that at the beginning of the show, I literally thought those two girls were the same person because they looked almost alike, right?
You know, no, not really to me, but I can see where you're going. Like they look
pretty similar.
I mean, I think because you're doing the Asians look-alike thing, but they look different.
I'm Asian, and I still think they look alike.
All right, that's fair.
Like they besides the wavy haircut, they're like the same height and the same build. Like if they were like 50 meters, both of them were standing next to each other 50 meters away, I probably couldn't tell them apart.
I like one of them looked like a squirrel to me, and then the other one looked like what's the smaller mouse animal? A chinchilla. They, from far away they look different, but close by you can tell the differences.
You mean from far away they look the same?
Yeah, fluffy mouse animal, big tail, a chinchilla and a squirrel. Get out.
Yeah,
of course.
Well, you can probably tell the difference between a chinchilla. Chinchilla's a lot fluffier than a squirrel.
Yeah, dude, they're cute as fuck.
Yeah, but I would say like maybe like sugar glider and squirrel would kind of
that'd be better. That'd be better.
Yeah, like a baby squirrel and a sugar glider. Yeah, they look pretty much alike. They did like I like the thing, like they had different faces, of course, but I'm just saying that like the same build and they just looked the same to me. I was like,
same style.
Why did they?
Just one was obviously younger, but yeah, she had a younger face for sure.
Yeah, and I love that like neither of them really knew any marble games, so they just kind of went like all in.
They just played
all in on it.
Yeah, whoever throws it closer, and then she just straight up throws it on the floor. Like, oh fuck, dude. Oh, I couldn't. Yeah, it's too much. That scene was too much.
And I love how the main girl got really mad. It's like, you throw it again, right? She's like, I'm just gonna.
They haven't had the opportunity to be good people. Their situation is what made them shitty people.
Oh, that's a good point. That's probably like her last. The reason why she ended up sacrificing herself is because she said she had nothing to live for.
Exactly, and she made a noble sacrifice, but it made sense. Like she would get more benefit out of it.
Yeah, like as a game, did you enjoy the marble scene or not?
I didn't really consider it a game because it wasn't like the other ones. Those are obviously games, but this is just more of a psychological thing.
It felt more. It could have been more like rock paper scissors, but they just made it last longer with marbles, right?
That would have been like more like Kaiji.
Okay, next one. The glass bridge. Hated that so much.
Reminds me, speaking of Kaiji, they literally had the same game in Kaiji, but they did it between skyscrapers. And it wasn't a glass bridge, it was like walking on a metal pole, but there was a secret glass bridge involved.
Is it the same game though?
Almost, but not with the checker pattern thing.
I think the reason why the checker pattern thing was so
two types of glass.
The reason why I hated the glass bridge so much is because it's not a game of skill. It's a game of luck. It's all luck based.
Well, yeah, but remember, it has to be like way over the top for the rich dudes coming in to see it in person, which is kind of stupid, but whatever.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I wanted a game of skill, not a game of luck, because I think the math guy said it the best. Remember when he was doing the calculations in his head
about what?
And like the math guy or whatever, like the guy that was really good.
No, but like calculations for what, breaking it or not breaking it.
Yeah, so he was counting up how many glasses are in front of him, and he was doing factorials of like what's the odds of me choosing the right one 37 times in a row, or however many times in a row, and he said the odds are 1 out of 37,000, and then he just broke out laughing because of how
absurd
stupid
it was. He still died, obviously.
Well, of course he died.
Everybody did,
because you'd have to have some crazy luck. And the only skill based of that whole game was that the glass maker was able to be able to see the difference between tempered and non-tempered glass, or whatever.
And the noise too, but those assholes dimmed the light.
Exactly. I was like, really?
Let's just let her do it.
I mean, at that point, like, because there was already 4 people left, right? And at that point, I guess it was like, oh, we're just gonna kill one more.
And I feel like the exploding of the room was a super asshole cherry on top.
That's what I was saying.
That was pointless.
Why did they? No, it wasn't pointless.
I mean,
because
they're trying to kill
they
more
needed
people.
that because the time limit. You have to get across the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, so you don't get you all.
But they should have stopped it.
That makes sense,
right as they were across it. So whatever.
No, they couldn't. Even if they stopped it, it was still like the last second type thing, right? Yeah, I just hated that. That's how the girl dies, is through the glass bridge. Like, really?
Some bullshit.
Really?
That's what I said. It's like,
that's
come on.
The most bullshit.
I wanted to see somehow 2 people come out at the end, but obviously there can only be one. It's Highlander rules. Do you
think she could have survived though?
No.
They actually brought in a doctor. Because keep in mind, she didn't die to the glass, but she died to the neck stab. She got stabbed to the neck. So, do you think she could have survived if they brought in a doctor?
Definitely, but why would they?
Yeah. That's what I was asking.
Maybe just patch her up and then let her on to die in the next game.
Were they expecting 2 people to be the victor or to be the final, or because that's how I felt like they set it up.
Well, I'm not really familiar with Squid Game, but at the beginning of the show, they showed like multiple kids on it. I thought it was going to be like a team game thing, but I guess not. I guess you can't play.
It could be, right? It could be a team game thing, right?
Yeah.
Where multiple defenders, multiple attackers.
Like they could have 2 people guarding and, have the guy have a weapon or something just to make it even.
I think they needed an even number of people. Like, do you remember when when the guy stabbed the girl, right?
Yeah.
And the main character got really mad and he tried to kill him, but the guard wouldn't let him do that. They smacked him and made him pass out. So it would just be them 2 being the final.
One hit pass out. How the hell, that trope? It's like the infinite gun clip.
I mean, that's fine. It's better than watching the glass scene or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. And I don't know. Even the last game, like it's called Squid Game. Okay, makes sense that was the last game. I felt like it didn't really justify what a good ending of a game would be, right?
I mean, they didn't really but like they built up the last game in the title of the show, but it just kind of fell flat because we don't really know how that game's played. I'm sure Korean people would have appreciated it more.
It's like hopscotch almost.
Yeah, but it was more just like a vehicle for epic last fight scene. Dude, they even put the rain on it and everything. They like turned the production to 100 on that one. It was great. Dude, it was like movie quality fight.
So before they even had that scene, remember that they had the banquet, right?
Yeah.
What's the point of giving them knives? Why?
For the last game. Or they don't care. No rules for the Squid Game, remember. They expected them to probably grab a knife.
That's the thing is that like it would have been cool to see like all 3 of them hide a knife instead of be given a knife. You know what I mean?
Monkey knife fight last battle. They just put them in a circle and they knife fight.
I was actually expecting that, like when they were sitting in that triangle and they were all given a knife, right? I was like, oh, so they're all gonna
fight to the death right here. Is this the last game?
That's what I was.
That'd been kind of cool.
That would have been cool. I mean,
flip over table, throw a knife, projectile, food fight. That's the last. That's the last food knife fight.
Food, like it would have been. It wouldn't have been. Do you think that would have been better than the Squid Game?
Yeah, for sure. It could have been.
I honestly
it would have been like a Mexican standoff type situation.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, the girl was already half dead though.
They didn't know that until they walked over and saw.
Yeah.
Could have been good. Could have been a lot better, but it's okay. I really enjoyed the last fight either way.
Yeah. What do you think about the police guy?
What police guy? Oh, the
The
brother looking for
police.
his brother.
Yeah.
The interaction with the American guys was a little bit sketchy. I was like, this is a little bit
You know
awkward.
what? At this point, I'm not surprised.
No,
It
no, I'm
felt
not
like with a
either.
rich,
Doing whatever he
like
had to see.
with the Epstein debacle and all that. I was like, yeah, checks out.
Yeah, it was just a little bit cheesy, but a little bit also gross because the guys they purposely picked out gross looking dudes. But yeah, it was the brother subplot is I guess gonna be revealed more in season 2. He does get shot, but he's probably still alive because the frontman is his brother, which is also a past winner, which is probably how he got the gig.
I just, I kind of want to know more backstories of like the
Season
people
2,
wearing the pink suits of like how they got
the
that job in the
PlayStation
first
controller
place.
helmets. Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to
like
know that too.
yeah, like I think that would be really cool to see in season. We'll probably get a lot of that in season 2.
Yeah, dude.
Did they ever announce when they'll release season 2?
No, probably knowing Netflix at least a year. Like they do yearly
Hmm.
releases. Like that's to be expected of Netflix if they re-up. But a show as elaborate as this, it'll probably take 2 years. I could see that happening.
My favorite thing that's gonna come out of this show is during Halloween. I want to see how many people wear
It's already
the
been
outfit.
sold out online. Already saw
I
articles
know,
about
it's
that.
already been.
Yeah, people like sold out of white Vans shoes and green tracksuits. I saw like 5 articles for that the week the show came out.
Dude, how awesome would it be if someone has like one of those like uh did like a recreated the red light green light girl
Yeah,
outside their house? That
I'm
would
sure
be so
somebody's
awesome.
probably gonna do it.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see too. What's also really crazy? Did you hear about the Korean march or whatever for like a bunch of Korean people dressed up in the pink suits
Did
and
they?
started like marching against like the government because of how close they feel to the show of how uh they're being mistreated and how overworked they are.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I read an
It's
article
good
about
that they
how
did march.
crazy. Yeah, so they're marching. Just they want more fair equal rights type thing, and I love
Fighting
how they're
against the
using
1% shitty wages.
yeah, and they're using like the show as like a vehicle to get it across. And did you ever see the documentary about the Korean delivery people?
No, but I do know that, shitty situations because that movie Parasite.
Well, okay, so when I was watching the documentary, like seeing how these delivery people make wages and stuff, I was like, how is this even a real thing? Like, so basically, they have to make like over 200 or 300 deliveries a day, right?
Yeah.
And each delivery they make like $1, right?
Which is nothing.
And it feels like it's like nothing. And the thing is that if they're late,
They get penalized.
yeah, they get penalized by the price of the package that they were late.
Fuck.
So let's say they were late from like 50 packages, they get penalized the full price of that package, not $1, the full price. So you can get penalized over like $100 something,
They
and
need
you're
to
only making
unionize.
$1 per package.
Yeah. They need to unionize. This is what they need to do. Stop working all together. Just
and
don't give us good stuff. You're not getting people working. It's just how it's gonna be.
And it's coming to a point now that a lot of these delivery drivers are being overworked, and some of them are even dying because of
Not surprising.
overwork.
Yeah.
and I really like that they're using Squid Games now as a vehicle to show like how they're overworked and they're like,
anytime
and
people band together,
they're going into debt. Yeah,
to get
exactly.
good conditions for themselves, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Remember the train wars in America?
What?
It wasn't a war, but it was groups coming together to unionize to fight the railroad, like the bosses of the industry. Yeah. And then they were actually had gunfights over this, and a lot of people died in order to get their unionized rights, which is a shame that unions became attacked for so long that people's like, I don't want to pay dues to union. Idiot! It's a good thing for you. Pay it.
I mean, there are some unions that I feel like
are probably
bad.
Yeah, bad because they're corruption, and you don't know if they're being corrupted by the company they're unionizing under.
Yeah, like there's a good side and a bad side to unions, but I feel like
overall it's worth it.
Yeah, overall it's worth it. There's just some unions that are just like.
Do you mean like police unions?
In a batch? Yeah,
like talking about police unions. Yeah.
Yeah, where they're like, let's say you kill somebody and it's really hard to fire someone. If you kill somebody and what do you call it? It's not, what is it called? Like, you don't follow the law when you kill somebody, they just straight up just pull out your gun and shoot somebody. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to fire somebody in that type of situation because of the union.
Definitely.
But I feel like worker unions are good in general, but just some like police
obviously
unions.
Anything is gonna get abused, dude. Anything. Like, you got people min-maxing video games to like speedrun them and like hacking the code inside of the game somehow with directional inputs and like Super Mario,
like Zelda and stuff like that.
So it's always gonna be somebody looking to exploit something.
Yeah,
even if it's like harmless to the harmful.
I feel like Koreans they should unionize though. It's like, especially with like delivery people, definitely like Amazon and stuff like that, unionize.
Yep.
Because the only bad side I see union is just the police. Like, that's only
or you like get no work for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're protesting against the company, if you're striking.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are too scared to do, but that's because they're almost, if they miss a check, they
have debt and they have no money and stuff like that. So it's a catch-22, especially with the unionizing whatever. We go on a weird unionized tangent forever.
It even happened recently in the Hollywood industry. Didn't you see that article about Alec Baldwin killing somebody on set?
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude. It's because
he didn't kill somebody on set. It was an accident, right?
It was. I used the word kill, but they used non-unionized workers that handle the firearms. And they didn't check the gun. Like, a lot of stuff had to mess up for them to put in the wrong kind of bullet.
Why do they even have live ammunition?
It's probably some idiot that wasn't trained to know what prop gun and prop bullet is. Like a blank.
Yeah.
And blanks still hurt, by the way, because they're not... Still fire something.
Usually blanks are just filled with like a paper cap, though, right? It's just
like you could get hit by whatever like is encompassing the blank. It's not gonna kill you, but it'll bruise you. It's like a rubber bullet type of situation, but those are more...
usually a blank... Well, there's several types of blanks.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go into another tangent about guns. I don't know too much about firearms. Well,
I just want to talk about, because I actually saw.
Are you talking about the
documentary?
Are you talking about the one about the movie The Crow?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, what's his name?
Bruce Lee's child.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Brandon Lee.
Yeah, because they were bringing that up during the what was the other gunshot one? The Alec Baldwin one? Yeah, they were bringing that up during that, so I was like, oh, I'll watch this documentary too. It's a double documentary.
Yeah, I saw that documentary years ago and I still remember it. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's basically just they just load it with paper caps so they get the sound and they get the flashing lights or whatever.
But it's still, you throw something at a high speed, it'll hurt.
Actually, did you know that with the blank, you can actually kill someone with the blank?
Yeah.
If you hold the nozzle up to someone's head.
Really?
This was another case. Yeah, this was another case I saw.
Damn.
In I think it was like a police file or whatever, where if you hold the gun up to someone's like where there's no air gap, it's basically like shooting like hot air into someone's head or whatever, something like that. Because the pressure is still there. So, gun safety, I guess. I don't want to go.
We went from Squid Game to unions to guns.
To unionize to gun safety.
Okay.
Oh, it's a weird tangent. All right, we're done talking about this. Any final words regarding Squid Game, James?
Season 2 is gonna be... I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. I don't know, dude. Just watch Kaiji if you want to watch more stuff like this. Kaiji's a masterpiece.
All right, I guess that's it for me as well. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.